We need to talk about Tin Machine, a blues rock band with horrid suits and broken guitars that David Bowie formed in 1988 with guitar angel Reeves Gabrels and the Sales Brothers. Bowie knew his career had hit its nadir and decided to revitalize himself with some good old garage rock, without his name in lights, without all the yes men, without quality control. Their first album is a ramshackle pileup of bluesy rockouts foreseeing the return of hard rock. The performers are all powerhouses, and the more thoughtful tracks show some proper Bowie substance and have some hints of Gabrel's genius, but it's a hard listen in total. Apparently the producer heard the band name and decided to make everything sound like it was performed in a tin by a machine. Most of the songs are repugnant, primitive jams with no idea how or when to end. Bowie's brain-dead lyrics are delivered in a gross, echoey, nasal yelp. The riffs are tired and the drums dominate the mix like a tantrum. And those drums are where I want to focus because I'm here to talk about Tin Machine's drummer Hunt Sales. That's Hunt with an H. Full of drugs and machismo, Hunt has a long career in rock drumming and played that Lust for Life drum part. He's a frenzied performer who often only wore underwear, had his name on the drum and never shut up, and his wild caveman energy provided a lot of Tin Machine's character. Somewhere along the line, David Bowie encouraged Hunt to write and sing a couple songs of his own. It's hard to get a copy of Tin Machine 2 these days. I think a lot of people have mounted theirs, but a lot of it is seriously good. The rockouts are concise and powerful, you can make out the guitar properly, there's actual attention to structure, and they found their groove between the traditional and experimental. And then there's Hunt's songs. One's a formless lament called Sorry, a pretty little guitar twiddle with Hunt shouting from the back that he's sorry over and over, and Bowie gently pirouetting around the same phrase on the much sweeter backing vocals. It does feel like a heartfelt, simple apology from a fuck-up who will keep making the same fuck-ups again and again. Between them they say sorry 27 times, but it doesn't quite make up for the song. Hunt's other song is called Stateside. Stateside stumbles in on a nasty, plodding drum beat, mercifully ensuring that you've got enough time to reach the skip track button. Gabrels apologetically pipes in with cliche wah-wahs. Leave now whilst you can, he's gonna sing. Hunt Sales sings like Benny from Top Cat.
Sure thing, TC!
As with Sorry, the lyrics content is about 3 words long. Those words are, I'm going home, which Hunt reiterates and re-reiterates to express how much a touring musician misses the good old USA and how much his girlfriend wants to fuck him. Yeah. So gross. And it's not even a lyrically complete verse. It's like he was headed toward a rhyme, but he got distracted by his loving. Stateside slogs and sogs and sags like it's grinding to a halt. No such luck. It's like a grotesque of swagger. So's Hunt. Tony Sales does his best with what he's got, little upward cascades on each chord, polishing a turd. Gabrels is an incredible lead guitarist, but his work here is little schlocky size. Full pastiche, but without the irony. In a clever flip of traditional song structure, the chorus is even more dull and plodding. A stupid choke through the same collapsing chord set, with 3 voices telling us they're going home. Hunt chews up the first S in Stateside in a way that makes me pretty sure I've now got an STD. The one distinctive element is when Hunt reveals the longest word he knows, saying he's going home with his convictions. I couldn't possibly comment what his offences might have been. There's another verse taking 36 words to say about 6 words work, and offering the brilliant American rhyme when and then, and maybe even casting his return into doubt. If the listener gets past the second verse though, they get a bit of a reward. David Bowie brings and sings a bridge part, a deadpan 2-note mocking melody in a hammy American voice that simply lists a load of shallow American cliches. Bowie, with Tony Sales backing him up, suggests that Hunt is into sex dolls, reduces America to Home on the Range and A Horse with No Name, which is America's most well-known song, and even directly insults Hunt's love interest. sex interest. It's a set of the crass cultural critique lyrics that Bowie had been trying at the time, pointing the lens at the ugly side of America, from which he eventually wrote the total banger, I'm Afraid of Americans. This bridge feels like the rest of the band offering a rejoinder to Hunt's verses. The voices that were once his backup harmony are now continuing without his conscious voice as subconscious detractors. It's still musically tedious, but an amazing example of collaborative jam songwriting in a song so bloated that part of it is a parody of the rest of it. Then there's a pretty rollicking rock out, but just as you're getting into it, it stumbles back to Stateside pace. Yep. We ain't even halfway yet. The next verse says the same thing in slightly different words. Again. There's a lovely little grammar moment, and the hilarious rhyme of the best way with every way, when every day would have done just fine. After some section repeats, Stateside is kind enough to end, with an extended rock out graciously placed to give his girlfriend time to lock the door and flee the state. Tin Machine played Stateside in nearly every show since it was written, often extended up to 8 minutes, often even slower. He's so sure it's a great song that it's really endearing. He bathed his ego singing like a prick.
I said I thought I was like a beach and get my ass right back stateside. Sooner or later.
And Bowie loves it. He can't stop grinning. He's always wanted to be the sideman. Tony Sales is so gorgeous and reliable. Gabrels eventually gets to shred, and there's poor little Kevin Armstrong in the background giving supportive chugs. Tin Machine offered Hunt his time to shine, despite him already being the loudest member, and Stateside is his gift to the world.
She said she missed me and all the sex and love we've had.
And sorry is his apology. One fun, funky fact about Hunt Sales is his back tattoo, which reads, "It's my life." Apparently, it was meant to have a second arc of words completing the sentence with a lovely, "so fuck off." But he found the first 3 words so painful that he had to exclude that bit. And the apostrophe, I suppose. Hunt Sales' new album, Get Your Shit Together, is out in January.